Okay, welcome to day 3 of the pop. So yesterday, which was Sunday, in the middle of this coronavirus thing, I thought I'd come out here and do some plastic welding. So I've plastic welded the DRL. The headlight I've repaired, however, I didn't have a top tab, so I've had to order one of those. So I can put the headlight in, it just won't be secured at the top, which is annoying because it means I can't get the bumper on properly. Actually, no, I could get the bumper on properly. Although no, I can't. What am I saying? Because I'm going to need to take the headlight out again to be able to put the thing on. So put the bracket on. So I'll put it in position for the time being, bolt it up. I'll just have to take the bumper off again. But at least I can get the DRL in. I can get number plates on. Also on Saturday, I started taking the dash out. I've started taking quite a bit out actually. So I'm going to continue with that today as well. I'm not going to film that because there is already a video on my channel of changing an airbag kit, so I'm not going to do that. So just showing you what I'm going to do, and once we've got the new, what I'll do is I'll film, once I've got everything out of the dashboard, of the interior, I'll film bits and pieces of it, but I'm not going to film the whole thing. And then I'm going to do the bumper first, so we'll get that plastic welded. I'll show it to you first actually, the DRL and the headlight. Front of the DRL is perfectly good. All 3 of these tabs were snapped off, so they've all been so the first thing I do is super glue, then I get the plastic welding in and do some plastic welding and weld the 2 bits together, and then I use the hot staples to staple it all together. So it don't look particularly pretty, but it's as solid as a rock, probably stronger than it was when it was made. Obviously you can't see any of that, but it all works fine. So I'm gonna mount that. Headlight, as you can see the top tab is still missing. The replacement, the repair tabs are on the other side and that side. Headlight's a perfectly good headlight, so I'll be putting that into position. A few little marks on it, a few scratches, but we're not going to worry about that. It's an old car, isn't it? So yeah, so we'll get those in and then we'll come back. Okay, this is on, DRL's on. That was a bit broken there, so I've had to do that with a cable tie. I've done that before, although it's the bracket on this bit, not the bracket, sorry, the bit of plastic. Sometimes when you put the screws in and you turn them, it turns the bracket and it's broken that bit of plastic. So what I've done is I've drilled a hole through both sides, fed a really good quality cable tie through, 2 cable ties, and cable tied it on. It's not ideal, but it'll do for the time being. I've plastic welded that on as best I can. I've used, again, one of those cable ties to melt the plastic into there. Then I've used the hot stapler gun to put these staples in. So all they have to do, it's pretty rigid actually. All I've got to do, let that dry for a little bit, 5 to 10 minutes, and then I'll just grind those the bits that are protruding off, and then that should be good to go. And then I think I've got a badge on. I think that's it now for the bumper. So while I'm waiting for that to go off, I'm going to offer the headlight up. Okay, dashboard's out. Gets easier and easier every time I do it. I've got to take the old passenger airbag out, put the new passenger airbag in, and then I can put the new dash in. Doesn't take me very long this now. I've done this so many times. So that's good. Right, let's get on with it. There you go. Yes, you are looking at the same car. Dash is all back together. All the airbags are in. Just plugged the battery back in. I think what I'm going to do now is going to plug in multi ECU scan. Just have a look, see what codes we've got up. I've not done that on this car yet. You see that's loose there. That's because I've got the bottom piece off, because the you see down there, you probably can't see it. That's where just down there, where you can see that yellow bit of cable and black bit, that's where the ECU, the airbag ECU lives. I've taken it out, but then I've plugged it back in, because it's a pig to get out. 3 bolts, 2 bolts are easy, which are this side, and the other one's the other side, which is a real pig to get out. So I'm 99.9% certain I'm going to have to send it off, but I just thought I'd plug it back in, plug multi ECU scan back in, and see what codes before we do that. It's going to have crash data without a shred of a doubt, but I'm going to try it anyway. You never know, just on the off chance. Right, here we are inside the pop. As you can see, still got all the lights up. Obviously, what have we replaced? We've replaced the passenger airbag, obviously the dashboard, driver's airbag and the knee airbag. I haven't touched the seatbelt yet. As you know, that one's strung like a guitar string, whereas the driver's one's okay. I say it's okay. It comes out and pulls out okay. We don't really know whether it's okay or not, but of course this will tell us. So we need to go back to the 1.2. Obviously it's still set up at the moment for our bath from the other day. First of all, let's do the airbag one. That's the one we're really interested in. Connect. Let's hope it finds it. You never know. It's taking a long time. Okay, the ignition is on. Yep, it's found it. That's good. Let's see what the errors are. Let's have a look. It's taking a long time reading the error codes. Means there's going to be lots, which I'm expecting, to be honest. It is taking a long time. Blimey. Oh, here we go. Oh, what we got here? So we got open circuit, short circuit, control unit, power supply. That doesn't say. Oh, that's just an intermittent. There's several intermittent there. Even the knee guard is intermittent, which is a bit strange because the knee guard was blown. That's a bit weird. Passenger's abdominal pre-tensioner. So we know about that because obviously that is gone. So all these blue ones, all these intermittent ones are ones that are because things have been replaced. So you know they're okay now. Driver's pre-tensioner resistance. So the passenger. Driver's pre-tensioner, passenger pre-tensioner. So both pre-tensioners have gone. Oh, what's this can line? I don't know what all that's about. Again, these ones that are in blue are intermittent ones, so these are ones that will clear now and they will stay off, he says. So there's quite a lot there. So communication with instrument panel, that's again, you know, I've unplugged it. I know I did have the battery disconnected, but it obviously mysteriously knows, or at some point it's gone. What I didn't notice was any crash data. That's weird. If there's no crash data, MES will clear it. That's really weird. I'm amazed there's no crash data. So if I clear those errors now, hopefully all those blue ones should go. Let's see. The red ones will stay because they're the ones I haven't done. Oh, why are they not gone? Intermittent, they should go. They're not going. That's interesting. Although, oh, that is interesting. So driver's pre-tensioner resistance and passenger. Driver's pre-tensioner and passenger pre-tensioner. We knew about the passenger one. As I say, the driver's one, it doesn't matter that it's gone. The airbag, I don't know what I'm talking about. The seatbelt itself is okay. It's just the pre-tension that's gone for some bizarre reason. It's really weird that. So that's put the light on. Now that airbag and pre-tensioner, what is that one? Airbag and pre-tensioner. Can't see that. Oh, can we drag that across? Yeah, we can. That's good. Let's have a look. Try to. No, it's not letting me do it. I don't know what the rest of that is. Oh, airbag exclusion switch. Oh, what's all that about? Oh, I've had that before, I think. Passenger, airbag and pre-tensioner exclusion switch. Interesting. Don't know what that's all about. So we'll come back to that. It says light on, but it's blue. So, yeah, don't know about that. So that's driver's abdominal. So that's the, hang on, I'm getting confused here now. Driver's abdominal pre-tensioner and passenger abdominal pre-tensioner. Scroll down. Driver's pre-tensioner resistance. Oh no, okay, so yeah, sorry, they're both on the pre-tensioners. So they're separate errors, but they are for the same thing. They both have abdominal pre-tensioners. They're obviously just different errors for some bizarre reason. So, as I say, that one down there, airbag and pre-tensioner, that says light on. So that's interesting. Airbag exclusion switch. Passenger airbag exclusion switch. You know what that is? That's the thing that where you can switch the airbag on or off. Now I had that on a car recently and I couldn't solve it. I do hope it's not going to be the same on this one. So I think what we need to do is to get the bags done. I'll see if I've got another ECU as well, see if I can put a different one in and see what that does. Because I say that airbag exclusion switch, I had that, if you remember, I had one a little while ago with exactly the same thing. It had other issues as well and it beat me. Interesting. So we'll have to look into that. Anyway, I'm waffling now. So looking at this, it doesn't look as if the airbag ECU is going to need to be reset because it's got no crash data, which is amazing. I don't really understand why it's got no crash data. And it is also interesting why those errors won't clear. So it may be the case that I do have to send this off, but I don't really see that I would need to. So let's have a look. Dashboard. This is what I did in the Bath the other day. So we'll just work our way through the different ECUs. Connection failed. Oh, how funny. That's what we got on the other one, wasn't it? Oh, hang on. This is a pop. It hasn't got a blimmin' blue and me, is it? Of course. Silly me. So forget about that. Instrument panel, which is obviously the dash, the speedo, I should say. Seems to take a very long time to connect to this. Errors, no fault codes. That's what we like to see. Body computer. One thing about when you use the same airbag ECU, if you have it reset, you don't have to do a proxy alignment because it's the one out of the car. If you get a second-hand one, good second-hand one, then you do. Not that it matters when you've got this software because you can do it. Well, what we got now? Left or front side lights open circuit. Yeah, that's because it's not plugged in. Proxy, all these things, open circuits. What's that? Battery voltage? What's all that about? Clear errors. Let's see what one's clear. Hopefully all of them. Hey, that's what we like to see. See if any come back. At least that light's going to come back. It should do. Eventually, when it works out that the DRL's not connected. Passenger side. Well, it's not, but never mind. All the other ones went. I think that's about all we need to look at, to be honest. Don't need to look at the engine one. Just out of interest, when you connect it to the car, you have the yellow adapter. The only thing that you don't use the yellow adapter for is for the engine. Obviously, you need the engine running. You take the yellow adapter off and plug it directly in. These cars, the 500, don't use any of the other connectors. My 500X uses, I think it's the red one as well. In fact, it uses nothing for most ECUs and the red one for some of them. But these are just the yellow one and then nothing else. So let's just one more time go back to the airbag. It's funny how those blue ones won't remove themselves. It's not an issue if they don't put the light on, but that bottom one said that it's put the light on, so I'm hoping that's not the case. Reading error codes again, which there's lots, of course. Yeah, see, they're still there. Control unit, power supply, open circuit, short circuit. That could mean that ECU is, although it says it's intermittent, so it's not necessarily present at the moment, but that could mean that the ECU is faulty. It may have damaged the ECU, so it might be wise for me just to get, if I get another one, it's not the end of the world, because I'll always use it in another car anyway, or I can always sell it. If I can get one cheap enough, I can sell it anyway. So it might be worth me while just getting one anyway, just to try it, to see if all these other lights go off. Obviously the red ones won't go off until I've fixed them, but I'm hoping all the other lights will go off. The only one that concerns me a little bit is that one, the airbag and pre-tensioner exclusion switch, that failure indicator light, because that's saying it's putting the light on. So obviously, even if I fix all the other bits and that's still on, the airbag light will still be on. So I do need to solve that. But I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of it. So we'll disconnect from there. So yeah, so that's, I think, it today. I'm going to pop out shortly, so I may give the car a bit of a wash. Needs a good jet wash, so I might do that. And then I'll swap it back around with the R bath again. Stick the R bath where it is now. As you may realise from my previous video, it was that this had run out of petrol. So I went to the petrol station, got a can of petrol, and put it in, and it fired straight away. So thankfully that was the problem. Right, so we're done on there now. So yeah, I may come back today. If not, I'll just be uploading this this video tonight. That's the conclusion probably of day 3, which is not a bad day. It's not a whole day. It'd probably taken, I suppose, 4 hours to do this, I guess. The only other thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to swap these mirrors over. That broken mirror there. That's a good mirror, but they're pop mirrors, so I thought I might stick those white ones on anyway, rather than just get a piece of glass. Chances are I've got a piece of glass, but I can't be bothered to search through my mountain of stuff. I'd rather just change it. They look better with the white mirrors on anyway. So that's the end of it for today, as I said, unless I give it a wash, in which case I might show you it clean. Failing that, thanks for watching, and day 4 will be coming up probably at the weekend. Thanks for watching.